WSBT TV is your hometown station. This is WSBT Eyewitness News, Night Shift.
An internal investigation by the city of Benton Harbor brings to an end the career of a veteran police officer. Good evening, I'm Cindy Ward.
I'm Luke Choate. It was just last month that Police Lieutenant Marvin Fiedler shot and killed a man after a short chase. And tonight that incident has put an end to his job. John Snyder is with us now, live with details. John?
Thank you, Luke. We just returned from the Benton Harbor City Commission meeting, a regular meeting tonight over in the Benton Harbor Commission chambers, and where this news was released tonight. Fiedler was notified by City Manager Steve Manning today officially that he has been fired from that post. Manning read a statement to the reporters and to the public and the commissioners tonight in the commission meeting at the very end there, and had acknowledged that Fiedler indeed had been terminated from his job, but has refused to say why. And that inspired some angry remarks from the crowd and two of the commissioners who wanted to know just why and just what led to the decision from the city that Fiedler had to be fired.
And I think they have a right, along with the citizens of the city of Benton Harbor, have the right to know what made Mr. Manning come to the point to terminate the police officer. And that means in bringing out the entire 12-page or 13-page report that he has up there in front of him, let it be brought out.
And that, of course, was countered by Mayor Bill Wolf, who said that Manning had recommended that the city say nothing about the firing, at least to the reason and cause for that firing, because they're trying to protect themselves against some liability, and they do expect there could be some lawsuits filed in this case.
That it would put us in a worse position or in an unfavorable position in future litigation. Now, two commissioners have asked him to release it. The whole point is, if this commission by majority vote orders him to release it, he will do so. But I do not expect the manager to take that responsibility onto himself. It has to be an act of this commission ordering him to release it.
Wolf had made note that the Mabin family, the victim who was shot in this case, has already retained an attorney who was there tonight, and also Lieutenant Fiedler has retained an attorney, and so they expect, the city attorney commented in the meeting tonight, to see both of those attorneys in court, and there could be very likely be some court action in this. And the commission did take a vote, by the way, and it was defeated 6-2 to release these findings, so they're saying that we'll just have to wait to see what cause might be brought out in future litigation or some public information that might be released later, Luke and Cindy.
And John, that is when that information would come out in subsequent hearings then, perhaps.
They say they're protected, you know, of course, against some defamation, and these are personnel matters, and so they can't say much about them now, but certainly that's probably not done and buried.
Okay. John Snyder, thank you for joining us from Benton Harbor. Cindy?
Indiana lawmakers are meeting late into the night on this, the 22nd day of the 30-day short session. On the Senate slate, two bills restricting abortions. Night Shift reporter Terry McFadden files this report from Indianapolis.
Surprisingly, there was relatively little debate on amendments to House Bill 1034, which is now eligible for a final vote, perhaps as early as this week.
There were really fairly minor amendments made to the bill. They inserted some language that tracks with language we have in other parts of the statute. So in that sense, very small amendments, minor amendments were made.
A part of the bill that has caused the most controversy is one that prohibits abortions from being performed at public facilities, except in some cases of rape or incest, or if the mother's life is in danger. And it appears this part of the bill is merely making a statement.
Very, very few public facilities currently perform abortions. Some of them actually would like to get out of the business, is my understanding. Wishart Hospital here in Indianapolis is probably most affected on a statewide basis.
The bill also requires viability testing for the fetus after 20 weeks. House Bill 1134, up for a final vote, requires women to first receive information about how an abortion is performed and then waiting 24 hours before going through with it. Opponents say it could drive hundreds of women across the state line.
She not only has to pass the picket lines the first time when she goes in, but she'll have to pass them again the next day. She'll have to give up 2 days' pay instead of 1 day's pay. She'll have to pay babysitters the second time. And particularly in the South Bend area, it would be much simpler to go out of state rather than go through all that.
Two other abortion bills, one which would have outlawed so-called gender selection, have died in Senate committees. In Indianapolis, Terry McFadden, Eyewitness News, Night Shift.
And late word tonight is that House Bill 1134 has died for a lack of a constitutional majority. The vote was 24 yes, 25 no, and a bill must have 26 votes for it to pass. House Bill 1134 would require a woman to wait 24 hours before having an abortion. The Senate can reconsider the proposal again this session. Well, as the abortion debate goes on in Indianapolis, Governor Evan Bayh traveled to Michiana today and made it quite clear again where he stands on the issue. Bayh says he cannot support a law that would ban the use of public facilities for abortions because that discriminates against poor women.
I have said that I would not accept the public facilities ban because that would say to an entire category of women, regardless of what they decided, after consultation with their family, their priest, and their physician, that they could not make that decision for themselves. The politicians would be making it for them. I don't think that's appropriate.
Bayh says he would support a law that requires a 24-hour wait before having an abortion. Bayh visited Pinewood Elementary in Elkhart today.
There's sad news from the State House tonight. Veteran Representative Ed Cook died today at the age of 62. The Democrat from Plymouth had 2 strokes in the last couple of months, as well as having cancer. Cook was elected to the first of his 8 two-year terms in the House in 1974. Cook was also co-owner of a family furniture store and a sales representative for a trucking company. South Bend firefighters are hanging black ribbons across their stations in memory of a colleague who died today while battling a house fire. 59-year-old Richard Doc Breckrus died of a heart attack early this morning while putting out a fire at 1525 North Brookfield. Firefighters say he collapsed inside one of the trucks.
Moments later, I think the guy was outside of one of the units. He stepped inside the rescue rig. The other firefighters were there changing the self-contained breathing apparatus. So if it was any time lost, it was a matter of a couple of minutes or so before it was noticed.
Authorities say someone deliberately set the fire, and if caught, that person could also face charges of murder. Services for the 34-year veteran are set for Friday. An Elkhart woman is in critical condition tonight after being hit by a car. Lois Bowers was walking on Franklin Street when she was hit by a car driven by Robert O'Brien, also of Elkhart. Bowers is in Elkhart General Hospital. Cindy?
2 oil company workers are dead tonight following a fiery explosion at an Amoco refinery in Whiting. 2 other workers remain missing after a liquefied petroleum gas loading station caught fire. Witnesses say they could see the flames for miles.
I heard a boom. Came out, looking out in front and seen the flame back there.
Where was the flame?
Back south that way.
What did it look like? I mean,
well, it was a flame coming up, black smoke. Yeah. And got the smell of propane coming in.
Authorities, worried about chain reaction explosions, evacuated parts of Whiting and nearby Hammond. 3 drivers remain hospitalized tonight, and the cause of the fire is still unknown.
The LA Lounge will be no longer a part of the Elkhart business community. Today, the Indiana Alcoholic Beverage Commission ordered the tavern to close its doors for good. The State Commission agreed with the local ABC to deny renewal of owner Art Chavez's liquor license. The local commission says the lounge was a center for problems in the area. Chavez must surrender his license by tomorrow. Up next in the Night Shift Report, a writer-turned-president pays President Bush a visit.
And on tonight's Month of the Child, Norm Stanglin takes a look at teenage suicide, its effects at home and at school.
Tax time at Basley Ford means you can purchase a new Ford Escort with no money down for only $149 a month.
And at Basley Honda, we have America's best-selling car, the Honda Accord, with 60 in stock and all at tax-saving prices.
Remember, over 50 Escorts at special interest rates plus cash rebates and 10 at $149 a month.
So hurry before February 28th. It's just that simple.
And that's a fact.
Pepperoni Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Now get 1 medium for $8.99 or 2 for just $4 more.
They're coming soon, so watch for them. Remember the days when Mom made fresh home-baked cookies right out of the oven? Hot, fresh cookies will be available in your local hometown bakery, baked right in front of your eyes. They're so good. Hawaiian macadamia nut, oatmeal golden raisin nut, milk chocolate chunks, semi-sweet chocolate chunks. These hot cookies will be available soon at bakeries throughout Michiana. so watch for them. They're worth waiting for. Mrs. Bill's famous cookies.
All in all, a pretty good day for a White House visitor today.
Czechoslovak President Václav Havel apparently got what he wanted out of his meeting with President Bush, and that means good news for his nation's economy. Bush announced that Czechoslovakia is on the way to gaining most favored nation trading status with the U.S., but Bush stood firm on the subject of U.S. military presence in Europe. He told Havel that the Atlantic Alliance will continue to play a vital role in assuring stability and security. Also in Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry will not be arraigned tomorrow after all. His lawyer asked for a postponement. Barry was supposed to be arraigned on 3 felony perjury charges and 5 misdemeanor charges of drug possession. The new arraignment date will be 1 week from today. Meanwhile, city officials say Barry will move from a substance abuse clinic in Florida to a hospital in South Carolina.
The issue of redistricting in the South Bend schools hangs in limbo, but the school board took one more step today that could prevent it. The board unanimously approved a facilities planning calendar that includes renovating Brown Middle School into a K-6 magnet school. They also gave the go-ahead to build a new elementary school on the west side by the fall of 1992. Other plans call for the removal of 2 portable classrooms from Harrison Elementary. Those will be relocated at McKinley. Finance Director Tom Reedy says today's actions were imperative.
Timelines given by the board for the elementary planning were tied into September 90, 91, and 92. And also tied into that planning is the permission from the state to extend the use of portable classrooms through those dates. So it is a critical plan in terms of the dates that are proposed.
Feasibility studies must now be done. Then the school administrators will be able to advertise for a public hearing for finance approval on the project.
Pressure. Everyone feels it at one time or another and is able to deal with their problems. But when that pressure reaches a point that a teenager considers suicide, what happens? Tonight on Month of the Child, Norm Stanglin looks at the efforts to stop teen suicides.
It's difficult to imagine the despair and darkness that a young person feels when, even in their youth, pressures and demands create a feeling that the only answer is death. The problems are at home and at school.
Acceptance and how do I fit in that's going on within their own peer groups. And then you have, I think pressures with regard to drug issues, both the struggle of getting involved in that experimentally or on a regular basis. Some of them can also be reacting to their own family kinds of issues.
Being accepted into friendship and through peer pressure into doing things they don't want to do, along with relationship or family problems, I think a lot of kids think maybe the easy way out would be suicide.
A lot of pressure is problems at home, divorce. A lot of it's divorce. They don't know which parent to go with. There's drug problems that's at home and in the schools. I mean, everywhere on the street.
The South Bend Community School System has established social workers, programs in elementary, junior, and senior high schools, and peer facilitator groups to spot students with potentially suicidal traits. Each high school has their own student group trained to spot and to react to students exhibiting such tendencies. Yes. Richard Deal and Stephanie Smith are part of Clay's HEART program.
I think the biggest part is that it just helps to talk to someone, someone you don't even know, to just say, well, these are my problems, and they know that you're not going to say anything to anyone.
In their speech, they might talk about death, or they might doodle with mangled people and give away some personal possessions that might be close to them.
In St. Joseph County, there have been 5 teen suicides in 6 years, 3 males, 2 females, and never more than 1 each year. Those are not alarming statistics, but still, the school system must prevent, not merely react, to teen suicide.
To try to make whatever steps that we can in a preventative kind of a way to the best of our ability to eliminate the potentials of students getting to a point where they want to consider suicide as an option for themselves.
Schools want students to know there are other options. There are people willing to talk and listen to their problems and also willing to help them work out those problems. In South Bend, I'm Norm Stanglin, WSBT Eyewitness News.
And later on the night shift, Charlie Adams has a full wrap-up on the Irish Blue Demon battle.
But next, WSBT meteorologist Paul Silvestri with a forecast you're going to like.
If you pay someone to prepare your tax return, the preparer must sign the return and provide you with a copy. Remember that if someone else does your taxes, you are still responsible for the return, including any underpayment, interest, or penalties. Be careful to choose someone who understands tax matters and who will prepare a complete and accurate tax return.
This tax tip has been brought to you by Tax Prep America, a service of Teachers Credit Union.
Man, am I tired. This rat race is really getting to me.
What I'd give for a vacation.
You know, you really have been working too hard.
Maybe now's the time to bring up that cruise we've talked about. We do have our Z card from TCU.
Maybe we should start planning that cruise we talked about.
But can we afford it?
Yes, we can.
V-Card, Teachers Home Equity Visa Card from Teachers Credit Union.
It's where you belong.
Look what's happening at Joey's. Beautiful drapery material with values to $16.98 a yard. Now just $1 a yard. Visit Joey's in Toto, Maryville, and Warsaw.
This is empty space. This is the new Ford Escort. This is what your Ford dealer wants to see on March 1st when he must pay a tax on every car in stock. So this is the car you'll get the best deal of the year on during inventory tax time. It comes with air conditioning, tilt steering, and much more. Plus, it's priced about $1,000 less than Honda Civic. So when you choose the world's best-selling car over the import, you've got savings in the bag.
And on to the weather, and we may be in for a nice surprise tomorrow, I hear.
Let's hope so.
Well, I think it's going to be a nice day. As far as tomorrow is concerned, Luke, we should see, again, plenty of sunshine. Now, we saw sunshine today, but it was a little bit on the chilly side. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the temperatures, and we'll notice that we started off cold. See, that's what one of the problems was today. Couldn't really get all that warm because we started off at 12 degrees. Sometimes you can do it, but it's kind of rare. 20 degrees, the normal low, 4 degrees below zero back in 1959. Our high today, there we are, 33 degrees, a couple of degrees below the normal high of 35. 65 degrees, the record set back in 1983. We've been watching the storm to the southwest of us for the past several days now. Remember, this is the storm that brought all the heavy snows over the weekend to the mountains of California as well as Washington and Oregon. Now it's bringing some rather heavy snows to the nation's midsection. As a matter of fact, in parts of Oklahoma, they've had up to a foot of snow so far today. Garden City, Kansas has had up to 10 inches of snow. So it's snowing fairly hard across this area right here through Kansas, Oklahoma. There is a winter storm watch out, and make that a warning out for western Kansas for the nighttime hours. But we have high pressure over us. You can see the lack of clouds. And another thing that high pressure is doing, you can see it right here, it's holding back these clouds. They really can't move into. They're just kind of having to go to the north right now, and it's going to be a while yet before we see any cloudiness. I think tomorrow should be a nice day with plenty of sunshine. Zooming in here, we see nothing at all except for those clouds way out to the west of us in Iowa and Missouri. Let's check it out, though, on the South Bend National Weather Service radar. As it glides into our picture tonight, we see nothing going on except for ground clutter. Latest temperature in is 26 degrees. We have a south wind at 5 miles per hour. The wind chill index at 23 degrees, the relative humidity 68%. The barometer right now is falling at 30.46 inches. We have received no precipitation in the past 24 hours. Again, nothing on the satellite picture. I should point out before we go on that up in International Falls, Minnesota, they were up to 48 degrees today. Very warm air up there. That is a record high for those folks. Here's my forecast weather map by tomorrow afternoon. I'll step out of the picture so you can take a look at this in case you know somebody traveling. Notice one thing, though. It's going to be wet again to the south and to the east of us. They've had all kinds of rains the past several days across the Gulf Coast states. More rains continuing tomorrow. We'll be in the clear, though. Should be a nice day, and notice temperatures responding to that sunshine during the day tomorrow. We should be up to, let's say, 45 degrees, maybe even the upper 40s across Michigan. A little bit colder, though. Colder air, anyway, is moving in for the weekend. We will notice only in the 30s across Wisconsin and also parts of Minnesota by Thursday. And also by Thursday, I think we could see a few scattered showers. Notice how we'll be on the northern edge of this storm system as it moves off towards the east and allows that colder air to move in for Friday, Saturday, and for Sunday. I'll be back with a look at my forecast right after this short break.
At Osco, you can count on being
I'm Bob Basney, and if you want to buy the best at tax sale prices and feel just right, then hurry to Basney Imports on US 33 North. You'll buy BMW, the world's best, with up to $5,000 cash back. Mazda, always among the world's top 10, with $1,000 cash back. And German-engineered Volkswagen with huge tax sale discounts. Remember, buy the best at Basney Imports, US 33 North, and you'll just feel right.
Uh-oh, you got problems, Mac. Your springs are shot. Oh, no. Yep, she's on her last leg.
Time to trade in that old bed? Test drive the all-new 1990 Grand Prix bed at Big Sur Water Beds. You'll love its sleek styling, incredible comfort, and sticker price of only $299.99. It'll get you off to sleep fast. Big Sur Water Beds, America's largest.
Okay, here's my forecast. For tonight, I'm predicting clear skies with a low temperature about 22 degrees and a south wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking good if you're traveling. No problems at all. Then for tomorrow, should be a sunny day, a bit breezy. It'll be warmer, though. High in the mid-40s. Southwesterly winds at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Then for tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low temperature about 35 degrees. Those southerly winds will keep the temperatures up tomorrow night. Sunset 6:26 p.m. And then for Thursday, increasing clouds, a chance of showers in the afternoon. High temperature about 45 degrees. Tomorrow is looking like a real nice day. A little bit on the breezy side, but at least temperatures will be in the mid-40s.
Yeah, for the next couple of days. We'll take that, huh?
Well, that's good
Even with a
news.
little rain.
I don't know that we have good news over here for Irish fans.
Digger wasn't hopping at the end tonight.
Digger dance.
Unbelievable finish.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. And we'll have the post-game interviews and this incredible thriller at Notre Dame when we come back.
This tax season, we have a special form that can save you a great deal. All you have to do is fill it in. It's the classic form of Cadillac. Before March 1st, save considerably when you drive away any 1990 model. At your local Cadillac dealer, we'd rather give you a great deal than pay the tax. See the luxury leaders today.
How would you improve a Big Mac?
Cornmeal patties with corn syrup on cornbread, wrapped in corn husks.
And how would you improve an Egg McMuffin?
I don't know, but there's no statement gardenias can't make.
Really? The only way to improve these classics would be to lower the price. So for a limited time, enjoy a delicious Egg McMuffin for only 99 cents, or a great-tasting Big Mac for only 99 cents.
Good time, great taste.
I cuff the buns. What?
Of McDonald's.
How can you tell when someone you love needs help? Look for warning signs, like anger and violence, loss of control, not being able to cope, inability to sleep or sleeping too much, overwhelming depression. If you or someone you love is in trouble, Charter can help. We offer real solutions to your family's problems.
Call Charter Hospital of South Bend today.
And I'll tell you what, there for a while I was feeling sorry for DePaul. They couldn't do anything right. Looked like they might stop it at halftime, but boy, what an incredible game we had. First half, LaFonso saying, don't come in my neighborhood. Here comes Elmer Bennett on the break. You'll get it to Joe Frederick. Notre Dame could do no wrong. For most of the first half, headaches for Joey Meyer. Ellis here, Irish on a 13-0 run. If at first you don't succeed, almost dunk it again. Frederick right here will score, get fouled, 22-6. Notre Dame leads, but Stephen Howard, who scored 16 of DePaul's first half, 24 points, rattles it home. DePaul down by 10 at the break. Second half, Irish lose the ball. Melvon Foster here takes it in and soars. DePaul down by 6, but watch Bennett here, who had 18. Unbelievable. Michael Jordan, eat your heart out. Incredible. Irish back up by 11, but Howard was the story. 26 points. Watch the arch on this one. 50-45, DePaul down by 5. Notre Dame built the lead back to 9 in a minute to go. Chucky Murphy nails it. 59-58, Notre Dame. Notre Dame up 60-58. Booth here, their star, will take it in, get fouled, score. DePaul up 61-60. 2 Elmer Bennett free throws made it 62-61 Notre Dame. Time running out. DePaul down by 1. Murphy will miss, but watch this. Howard with a slam. Shades of NC State beating Houston. DePaul stuns Notre Dame. The final 63-62. Woo!
I mean,
I swear I thought we were going to get shut out. I mean, we could not make a basket, and Notre Dame relaxed, and our kids kept fighting, and they made the big plays down the stretch. I couldn't be prouder of a team that everybody has written off.
I think DePaul's offensive rebounding. I think our turnovers were the situations that led to the lead diminishing. And then, of course, the last page still comes down to staying with everybody to make sure that nobody is open in case the shot is missed. You can't get a rebound, or as you saw, the loose ball.
You think you're going to rout them. I mean, I know that's what was going through my mind. But then, you know, to do that, to be a good team, you know, a top 10, top 15, top 20 team, you know, good teams like that put them away when you're up 17 points. And we didn't do that.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think the Wizard of Oz helped out DePaul tonight. Memphis State thumps Louisville. Syracuse back in fine form. They slammed BC. Also in the Big East, Pitt a loser to Seton Hall. Bethel a big win by 10. They clinch a share of the championship. Notre Dame women 13-0 in the conference. They went on the road. All right, we're going to switch gears to football. Finally, Andre Hastings has made up his mind. The USA Today Offensive Player of the Year held a press conference tonight. Finalists were Georgia, Florida State, and Notre Dame. You're not going to believe what happened, all right? Here comes old Andre. He's going to step down at the podium. He's going to announce where he's going to play ball. This kid's awesome. Listen into this.
About 5 seconds ago, I just told my mom and dad I was going to Notre Dame. Then, on the way down the steps, I decided I was going to attend Georgia.
Are you serious? You just changed your mind from one to the other? Just
right. About, how long ago was it when I told I was going to Notre Dame?
Less than 15 minutes.
I mean, I don't, you know, when you say Notre Dame, everybody listens. You know, it's just the prestige of the school. It's a great school, and I don't see how people really can. I mean, I don't see how I really could have written wrong at either one of the places. I just like, you know, get a hometown people a chance to see me play. And Notre Dame was just too far away.
Notre Dame coaching staff was juggled a little bit today. Skip Holtz, who was wide receivers coach for Colorado State last year, has joined the Irish in the same capacity. Skip's presence means Pete Cordelli will handle the quarterbacks exclusively. Skip played for the Irish and his dad back in '86, then was a graduate assistant at Florida State for 2 years, where he worked with Bobby Bowden's receivers a lot, then headed to Colorado State. All right, high school basketball. Unbelievable game tonight. Adams against number 6 Warsaw. Warsaw playing without Brian Elliott, who missed curfew, so that he didn't play tonight. At the shack, here's Jason Zimmerman, the All-State candidate, a three-pointer. But what about Adams? They stunned Washington the other night. Here comes William Owens. He rattles it home, and they're saying, we can play with Warsaw. How about Michael White, the hottest player in South Bend, the best player in the city, three-pointer. It is Adams leading 73-48. White with the gem, he had 30 points. Oh, my gosh, a total blowout. Then it's going to be Owens underneath here. Adams upsets Warsaw 95-85. An incredible win for Dave Hadaway's Eagles.
From the holiday tournament when they ripped us by 40-some points till the present time, I really got to give our kids a lot of credit. I think everybody, there's 11 kids here on the varsity, and the assistant coaches have just done a great job. And I'm really thrilled with this. I'm probably as thrilled with this as I have been any team I've ever had.
They'll be talking about that one for a while. Who is that? 10-man St. Joe over New Prairie. Bremen wins tonight. They're set for the playoffs. Also tonight, Concord, an easy winner. In Michigan, some big scores. Brandywine, a winner. Edwardsburg by 2 over Buchanan. Also tonight, it is Cassopolis losing. Berrien Springs by 14 over River Valley. Other scores, Niles a loser. St. Joe by 4 over Portage Northern. And Benton Harbor, a winner big time. Vicksburg wins 68-55. In the National Hockey League, here come the Blues against the Blackhawks. All here will feed Zezel, and it's a score for St. Louis. Back comes Chicago here with a rattler. Boom! As they take the lead over their arch rivals. And how about the power play? Doug Wilson here will set up Steve Larmer nicely. Blackhawks beat St. Louis 8-3, the final. An incredible night from Hastings to DePaul to Adams beating Warsaw. Too much for a Tuesday night, I do believe.
Yeah, too much for you, Charlie. You surprised about Hastings?
You know, he's 17 years. We'll have more tomorrow from talking about his academics. Just a wild press conference.
Modest young man,
yeah, that's
want to give the local people a chance to see me play.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
It's the Michiana Pontiac dealer's $6 million inventory reduction. We're reducing inventory with exciting Pontiac values, exciting cars, Grand Am, Sunbird, Bonneville. Exciting values up to $1,000 factory cashback or Lowe's 6.9 APR GMAC financing. Buy during the Michiana inventory reduction or count yourself out of exciting values. See your Michiana Pontiac dealer.
At the Olive Garden, we see things a little differently. An extra touch looks like this, and just a taste, just like that. The Olive Garden Italian restaurant, where all the best of Italy is yours. Come try some exciting new tastes during our Carnival of Venice. Enjoy a variety of hearty Venetian delights.
And an update of an earlier story tonight. An Elkhart woman has died of her injuries now after being hit by a car. Lois Bowers was walking on Franklin Street when she was hit by a car driven by Robert O'Brien, also of Elkhart. And we'll finish up here with a little weather and take a look at what it's going to look like tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, weather-wise, looks real good, Luke. We'll see sunshine tomorrow with temperatures in the mid-40s, a bit breezy by the afternoon, southwest winds at 12 to 22 miles per hour.
Okay, and that just about does it for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Good night.
This is Lieutenant Sam Walsh for Crime Stoppers. This week's Crime of the Week comes from the files of the Three Rivers, Michigan Police Department. Sometime during the morning on December 2nd, 1988, someone entered the apartment of 19-year-old Kathy Swartz, who was home with her 9-month-old daughter. Police believe this unidentified person may have attempted to sexually assault Kathy, at which time she struggled with her attacker. It appears she was beaten and stabbed as she ran upstairs to a bedroom where the assault continued. Later that day, Kathy's body was found here in this bedroom. She had been strangled and her throat was slashed. This brutal homicide remains unsolved, and the Three Rivers Police Department is seeking your help in solving this case. If you know who murdered Kathy Swartz and call Crime Stoppers this week, you could receive a $1,000 reward upon arrest or indictment. Remember, you can call Crime Stoppers about this or any other felony crime or fugitive. In Indiana and Michigan, call us toll-free at 1-800-342-STOP. South Bend callers call 288-STOP. You'll be assigned a code number and we won't ask your name. Crime Stoppers. It works.